I want to get you out the door with every result from every league in under 15 minutes, so that you're more informed about what's going on in the world of sports.
Hey TJ, what's going on? I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler Sports and this is the Sport Report.
And I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports. Welcome to a special edition of this all crazy sports newscast.
Broadcasting from somewhere in the United States.
Hit it, Blaze.
This is the Sport Report.
Saturday, August 17th. 2019.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler with Sports, and this is the Sport Report. It's time to get you caught up on what's happening in the world of sports. This is Top of the Order.
In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
This is Top of the Order.
Our top story was going to be Bill Walton commentating a baseball game. Yes, that actually happened last night. We'll get to that in Around the MLB. But rather, our top story comes from Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona, where the San Francisco Giants and the Arizona Diamondbacks went to 11 innings and combined for 12 homers, 6 for each team. San Francisco Giants 10, Arizona Diamondbacks 9. Mike Yastrzemski, who is the grandson of Hall of Famer and former Red Sox player Carl Yastrzemski, hit not 1, not 2, but 3 home runs last night. In comparison, his grandfather only had 1 3-home run game in his career. That took place on May 19th, 1976 against the Detroit Tigers. Mike has played 70 games in the major leagues. Carl, his grandfather, played 3,308 major league games. Now, the younger Yastrzemski is a far way away from his grandfather's Hall of Fame career, but he's making a name for himself, along with a lot of other young stars in Major League Baseball. Speaking of Major League Baseball, we should cover that. There's 14 other games on the calendar. Let's hit it.
Derek Jeter with one of the most unbelievable plays you will ever see by a shortstop. Ortiz into deep right field. Back is Sheffield. We'll see you later tonight.
Someday, the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
Cubs win! Cubs win! Holy cow!
Now from Major League Baseball.
Boston Red Sox 9, Baltimore Orioles 1. Rick Porcello improves to 11-9 on the season for the Red Sox as Andrew Benintendi has 3 hits and 2 RBI in the game for the Red Sox, who need to get back on track. They are 6 games over 500, 17 games out of the AL East, but only 6.5 out of the wild card. Tampa Bay holds that second wild card position, and Boston is coming for the Rays as they look to make the playoffs a year after winning the World Series. They will have some work to do over the next 6.5 weeks. Philadelphia Phillies 8, San Diego Padres 4. Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, 2 of the best in the game. Bryce Harper hit his 26th homer of the season for the Phillies. And sad news for the Padres, young rookie phenom Fernando Tatis Jr., the son of former Major League player Fernando Tatis, has been sidelined with a back injury. According to Padres manager Andy Green, Tatis Jr. will be sidelined for the rest of the season. It's a sad loss for a Rookie of the Year contender, and even though he'll miss the final month and a half of the season, he'll still be in the running for Rookie of the Year in the National League. New York Yankees 3, Cleveland Indians 2. Masahiro Tanaka improves to 9-6 on the season for the Yankees, as Aroldis Chapman gets his 34th save of the year for New York. Toronto Blue Jays 7, Seattle Mariners 3. Wade LeBlanc falls to 6-7 on the season for the Mariners, but for the Blue Jays, it was some good stuff. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit a home run that looked exactly like his father's old swing, down close to the ground and used all wrist to get that ball out of the park. He went back-to-back with Randall Grichuk in the bottom half of the third. St. Louis Cardinals 3, Cincinnati Reds 4. Adam Wainwright improves to 9-8 on the season for the Cardinals. He may have an over 6 ERA on the road for St. Louis, but he pitched very well in this game. He went 6 2/3 innings, allowing 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, and had 6 strikeouts for St. Louis. Luis Castillo falls to 11-5 with a 3.1 ERA for the Reds. Dexter Fowler also had 4 RBI for St. Louis last night. Detroit Tigers 2, Tampa Bay Rays nothing. Charlie Morton falls to 13-5 with a 2.77 ERA for the Rays, as 3 Tigers pitchers only allowed 5 hits on the evening. LA Dodgers 8, Atlanta Braves 3. Sean Newcomb falls to 5-3 for the Braves, as Adam Kolarek gets his 5th win of the season. He's 5-3 with a 3.69 ERA for the Dodgers. The Dodgers also set a new Major League Baseball record. They've hit 22 home runs in their past 5 games, the most home runs in a single 5-game stretch in league history. Minnesota Twins 4, Texas Rangers 3. Sam Dyson gets his 5th win of the year. He's 5-1 for Minnesota with a 3.29 ERA. Mike Minor falls to 11-7 with a 2.94 ERA for the Rangers. Sergio Romo, no relation to Tony Romo, has 20 saves on the year for Minnesota. The Twins took the lead in the top half of the 7th and never gave it back, after Jonathan Schoop's 17th homer of the season. Pittsburgh Pirates 3, Chicago Cubs 2. Keone Kela is now 2-0 on the season for the Pirates, as Brandon Kinsler falls to 2-2 for the Cubbies. Kevin Newman singled to center field to score Eric Gonzalez in the bottom half of the 9th inning and walk it off for the Pirates. Kinsler is not normally in that role, but with most of the Cubs bullpen injured, he had to fill in as the closer for the game. Colorado Rockies 3, Miami Marlins 0. John Gray pitched lights out of 8 innings of shutout baseball. He improves to 11-8 with a 3.84 ERA for the Rockies. Scott Oberg gets his 5th save of the year for Colorado. He seems to be the new closer in the Mile High City, replacing Wade Davis and a bunch of other pitchers on the Rockies pitching staff as to who comes out in the 9th inning or in a save situation. Washington Nationals 2, Milwaukee Brewers 1. Anthony Rendon hit a go-ahead double in the bottom half of the 8th inning. That scored Trey Turner, and it would prove to be the winning run for the Nationals. Junior Guerra falls to 6-4 with a 3.9 ERA for the Brewers, while Hunter Strickland improves to 1-1 on the season, and Sean Doolittle gets his 28th save for Washington. Kansas City Royals 4, New York Mets 1. Mike Montgomery improves to 3-5 on the season for the Royals. Noah Syndergaard falls to 8-6 for the Mets. Ian Kennedy gets his 21st save of the season for Kansas City. The Royals had a grand slam overturned late in the game. It was deemed that the ball went foul rather than fair as it originally had looked. The Mets tried to threaten in the top half of the 9th, but the offense couldn't come through, leading to the Royals winning by a field goal. As we said in top of the order, San Francisco Giants 10, Arizona Diamondbacks 9. That one took 11 innings as Yastrzemski hit the go-ahead home run, his 3rd of the game, in the top half of the 11th to give the Giants the win. The 12 homers that were hit in this game are the most in the history of Chase Field and the second most in National League history. The most came between the Phillies and the Diamondbacks with 13 earlier this season. Will Smith improves to 5-0 with a 2.8 ERA for the Giants, as Dylan Gott gets his first save of the year for San Francisco. Normally it would be Smith who would be closing out the game, but due to the game going to extra innings, Smith gets the win and Gott gets the save. Chicago White Sox 7, LA Angels 2. Bill Walton, yes, we're talking about commentator for basketball Bill Walton, stepped into the Chicago White Sox commentating booth to provide a little bit of color. He called a grand slam in the top half of the 8th inning. He made some colorful, good comments on the air. Funny comments, to be honest. So if you're searching through Twitter or Facebook or Instagram over the next couple of days and you see Bill Walton in a tie-dye t-shirt, that is not a mistake. He actually commentated a baseball game, and it was very entertaining to listen to. In all seriousness, Bill Walton has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to sports. Baseball, basketball, anything really. In this game, Mike Trout hit his 41st homer of the season, tying his career high for most homers in a season for the LA Angels. And in the final game of the night, this one took 13 innings. Oakland Athletics 3, Houston Astros 2. Robbie Grossman gets his first career walk-off hit in his Major League Baseball career. The A's had a chance to win it in the 12th. The Astros had a chance to win it late in the game. But the A's are the ones who come out on top at the Coliseum at Rickey Henderson Field, thanks to Robbie Grossman's walk-off single to center field to score rookie Corbin Joseph. In this game, Justin Verlander set a new Astros franchise record with his 6th consecutive game of 10 or more strikeouts in a game in which he started. Couple other news and notes from two other sports in the sporting world. The BMW Championship is taking place at Medina Country Club about an hour outside of Chicago. Hideki Matsuyama shot a 9-under 63 to take the lead after the second round. He leads a host of other contenders who are looking to make it to Atlanta for the final event of the PGA Tour season next week. Tiger Woods is 10 strokes behind Matsuyama. He is one of those contenders trying to make it to Atlanta in what would be his second consecutive year in the Tour Championship. In soccer, Bayern Munich draw with Hertha Berlin 2-2. Robert Lewandowski had 2 goals for Bayern Munich, and Hertha Berlin become the first team to hold the defending Bundesliga champions to a point or less, this one a single point, since the one-off match to start the next Bundesliga season in Germany was introduced in 2002. In Spain, Lionel Messi was on the bench due to a calf injury for Barcelona, so he missed out on this match. As Barcelona dropped 3 points to Athletic Bilbao. Athletic Bilbao 1, Barcelona 0. In the 89th minute, Artiz Aduriz scored a goal and the winner for Athletic Bilbao to put them top of the table. Meanwhile, Barcelona sit bottom of the table. This has been the only match played in La Liga. The rest of the matches will take place over this weekend. One match to look forward to in the English Premier League as they kick off match day number 2 later today, 12:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC, Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester City. Manchester City have never lost a game at home when opening the Premier League season, 14 wins and 8 draws. It's possible that Spurs can change that. Should be an interesting match at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester. That's the Sport Report for Saturday, August 17th, 2019.
Now, I'm Chandler.
Thanks for tuning into the Sport Report today. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest in sports. Do you want to contact Chandler with Sports or members of the Sport Report team? Visit sportreportcws.com. This podcast is copyrighted by the Sport Report for viewers to understand sports from a news reporting basis. Any other use of this podcast, Sport Report logos, or anything associated with this podcast without the express written consent of Chandler with Sports is strictly prohibited.